I can't continue to put my body through this. I can't continue to put my family through it. I'm not a greedy man. I am content with the life I have got, the life I have created. I have been wise with the money I have earned from boxing. It is going to take something very big and spectacular to draw me back out. Boxing is a brutal, hard combat sport, and I will retire from boxing. Boxing will not retire me. I got up this morning and I felt like I was 85 years old. I'm in so much pain. My right hand is smashed to bits. It looks like a purple pillow. My face has got cuts on it, and my nose is banged up. I don't know how many more times I can do it. It is going to have to take something big and special to draw me back out. It went exactly the way I thought. I had to go through hell in those first 3 rounds. He hits very, very hard. He caught me clean on multiple occasions, and what broke him the most is the fact that I could take what he had, and once the 4th and 5th rounds come, you physically see me put it on him and he capitulates. He falls apart physically and mentally, and the injury comes. It was all down to me, the injury, because I put the pressure on him. Those are the words of Tony Bellew following his victory over David Haye. This was in an interview that he did with TalkSport, I believe. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, he's talking about retirement. He's also talking about the pressure he put on Haye being the reason for Haye's injury. And I actually agree with that. I think that David Haye was worried about the injury going into the fight. And that's the reason he came out so reckless and what have you in the first round, because he was anxious to end the fight, because he perhaps didn't think he could go 12 rounds on that ankle. Perhaps he'd had pain-killing injections before the fight to take away any pain there. Who knows? This is all speculation. But I do believe it was a pre-existing injury, but the pressure of not being able to knock Tony Bellew out, the anxiety would have started to set in. And the stress of that situation, in my view, the intensity would have contributed to that injury reoccurring. So what Bellew is saying there, I think I agree with. Bellew was making it difficult for Haye, and that caused Haye to overextend and do all kinds of other stuff, which exasperated the injury. As far as Tony Bellew talking about retirement, good luck to him. He's an overachiever in boxing. Most people didn't think he would do the things that he's done. Most people thought he would never become a world champion. I remember when he lost to Nathan Cleverly, people were saying he's domestic level at best. They doubted him when he moved up to cruiserweight, and he beat the people at cruiserweight that he beat. So Tony Bellew has had an excellent career, much better than the majority of boxers out there. He's an overachiever. Maybe he could go one step further and take a rematch of Haye or fight for the heavyweight title. Or maybe he could just bow out and say, you know what? I'm not a greedy man. I've had enough of the sport. I'm set for life. My kids are set for life. Let me just sail off into the sunset. Similar to Marcus McDonough. He did something like that. Following his loss to Floyd Mayweather, his 2 back-to-back losses, he sailed off into the sunset, rather than get bashed around and what have you. And Maidana, similar to Bellew, has been in a lot of tough fights. And guys like that who don't get pampered on the way up, who do have to come up the hard way, who do have to suffer losses and be in tough fights and get dropped, get hurt in many fights and stuff like that, when they eventually get to the stage where they're making big money, those are the kind of guys who do tend to turn away, walk away from the sport, because they've already had such a hard road to get to the top. They don't want to be in any more difficult fights. You know, they don't have much fight left in them. And that seems to be what Tony Bellew was saying here. Now, perhaps after he's recovered from the cuts and bruises and the broken hand and what have you, his mind will change. And when Eddie Hearn tells him about the kind of money that he could get for fighting Joseph Parker or Deontay Wilder, he'll say, you know what, let's do it. But then again, maybe not. We'll see. The Hay rematch, same situation. What do you think? Do you think Tony Bellew should walk away? Would you like to see him back in the ring? Would you like to see him fight a rematch with Hay? Would you like to see him challenge for the heavyweight title? Maybe you'd like to see him drop back down to cruiserweight and fight as mandatory. Let me know in the comment section, people, what you would like to see Tony Bellew do, and what is your reaction to him saying that he's going to possibly retire. Also, what's your reaction to the damage that he sustained in the Hay fight? He apparently broke his hand or fractured his hand in the second round, and he says that his face and what have you has got damage. David Hay didn't land that many punches in the fight, but just to show you how destructive a heavyweight, even a badly injured heavyweight, can be at the top level. Tony Bellew is badly busted up following the fight, and he didn't even get hit that much. So it just goes to show you how tough this sport is. Yeah, talk to me in the comment section, people. It's happening. I'm out.